Today with another video. Today I'm going to be streaming like a lot of times. I do have an upcoming video that will be coming very shortly. Oh, I forgot y'all can see me. Yeah, so I hope y'all enjoy. Yes, I did do 2 matches. I did get 2 limbs, but then got killed by a hand cannon. Feels bad. I don't know why I rushed, but I did. I landed lucky too. And then the other one, that guy just shot me once with the hand cannon, then just sat there pickaxing me. I hate the new buff. I mean not the bug, nerf. Like, I don't hate it, like I like it for me, but I don't like it because like other people. Like, I don't like it when people do that. You know? Which nobody will, like y'all understand. Like nobody's gonna say anything.
Hi.
Who's this? Let me guess. Yup. Ashton again. Hey, Ashton.
Ethan.
What?
I went and got lunch today.
Yeah.
On my way back from,
Hi.
Yeah.
puppies and whatever.
Yeah.
And I decided to stop at Mom and D's Deli because I wanted to eat something for lunch.
Yeah.
Hey, down, no, down!
Well, yeah, why else would you stop there but to eat?
And I got their chicken wild rice soup.
Yeah.
And then I got their chicken salad sandwich on cranberry wild rice bread.
Was it good?
All of it was really good.
Really? She's new in there. Yeah.
Ethan, I'm a chicken,
No, this was the new one. Yeah.
chicken.
Yeah, her stuff was really good.
Who's telling you chicken, fuck?
Bok.
Oh.
It's Ashton, look.
Okay. Oh. Well, yeah, no, she's new. Like, just opened a couple weeks ago.
What do you mean just opened a couple weeks ago?
She took it over and changed everything up, I guess. The new person.
Did she like change up the order?
Well, I don't know, but apparently it's really good. Your mom ate stuff there today. But I'm actually, I think I'm getting really sick. Like,
I'm curious.
I am not. Wow.
Alright. You might hear my parents talking in the background. Alright, I'm gonna do one duo and then I'm gonna do the solo tournaments.
Exactly how I felt on Sunday.
Macy.
Where's TJ?
He can't play.
Why?
So Josh is asking me if I'll go on the board because they're one short.
Okay, are you fucking serious? Tell him no.
He said, we're still looking for one board member if you're interested. I said, what does the board member do?
Say no, Leah.
Why?
Because I can't have you on the board and me
Where
not
is
doing
Ashton?
anything. So if you fucking say yes, then I gotta do it. Then I'm gonna tell you no. I mean, think about it. Are you fucking kidding me?
Somewhere else.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
The position that they're looking to fill
Yeah.
is for a volunteer coordinator. So I would be in
Ethan
charge of
Poopy.
coordinating the volunteers at the classic tournament.
I'm gonna tell you right now that it's
And
not
both
at all.
kids would play for free. That would earn me $500 back.
One kid plays for
Hi.
free. You get $250 back. I'm willing to give you that $250. I'll pay for them both for that not to happen. Just what can I'll do the fucking coordinating.
Board meets once a month. Boys play for free.
Ethan.
They're looking for volunteer
Yep.
coordinators.
Are you
Boys
streaming?
don't play for free.
Coordinating volunteers at the classic tournament.
One
Only
second.
one boy plays for free.
Okay, well he says your boy.
So this is gonna be
Okay,
the
ask
last
him
time I'm gonna
again.
do the
Mike
solo
says only
tournament.
one boy played for free.
I also asked him about the
Let's
coaching
go, Haunted.
policy. He said he didn't
Huh?
know anything about it. What grade?
Neighbor
What,
side.
7th?
I don't know. He said I was on the roster. What did you email him?
No.
Then how did he email you? Why did he email you?
Can you triple check to see if he is on the board?
Ethan, I got to go to Chris
No,
and
on the
Chris's house.
roster.
Okay.
On the roster as a coach? Question mark.
And ask him. Has he even touched
You
base with
ready
me?
for
Tell him.
evals
Ask him.
TMRW?
Tell him I haven't heard from
One
him.
second.
Are you going to be living tomorrow after school?
I don't know. Oh man.
Sorry, our pizza just got here.
It's fine.
Is your dad gonna coach?
Are they in the church?
Yeah. He might. I don't know. And yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, I am ready
I
for
seen him
emails.
last night at tryouts.
Okay.
He was running the table.
Okay. So why didn't you just tell me this?
He's not BMing.
I was
I'm
in the
good.
middle of something. What is your problem right
Because
now?
all day we're talking. We've
This
said.
is an abnormal conversation. I just want to let you know.
Okay, sorry.
This whole dynamic that's going on right now is fucking abnormal.
It is.
Yes.
Because we've been talking about this
You're
all
nuts,
day, and
dude.
you're
acting crazy.
you're
right now.
finally telling me that
Nothing.
you met him last night. Like, wow, you could have said something.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Wouldn't you naturally assume that you're going to see Josh at tryouts? He's bored.
No, I wouldn't. I didn't know you were.
He's
stating
at
that.
everything. Every time I go to a football game, he's running.
That's
a
not a
concession
big deal if he
stand.
is, but the point is that you've already talked to him about all this. So why didn't you just say something to me about it earlier?
All right, let me just back up because I honestly, Mike,
What?
I don't even know how to communicate with you.
My
So
bad.
let me go ahead and back up really quick.
Okay.
Last night I saw Josh at basketball.
Yep.
Nothing was discussed.
Okay.
Just a little bit ago, he sent me a Facebook message saying, "Hey, we are looking for one more board member if you would be interested."
Okay.
I replied and said, "Oh, what does the board member do?" So do you get it now?
So nothing
This all
was discussed about
discussed
anything
just now.
because he didn't get my cancellation. The draft, it was in draft form.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm wondering how.
Well,
this
I
happened.
also knew nothing
my parents are
about
funny, so-
that until Ethan just mentioned it a little bit ago.
Right.
Remember?
Right.
So are you catching up with me now?
Okay.
All this discussion about
My head
everything
hurts.
happened in
Bye.
1 hour.
Emoji growing hard. Emoji growing
My
hard.
head really hurts.
Do you understand?
I'm gonna throw
Everything that you just threw at me makes me want to punch you in the fucking face.
up. Like right now.
Yes.
Hard.
you
Emoji
like
growing
me.
You're
hard.
literally
You
making
so
it
much.
impossible for me to want to
Ask
even
me.
have conversations with you about anything.
Cause he's not.
I'm sorry. Is that it?
No, it's not.
Okay, what more?
Everything, every day. Part of it.
Do you want me to leave? I can do that. I just went through my email in the car and noticed that the sent.
That's great. That has nothing to do with the way that you just treat me.
I completely
Oh, I got shot
apologize.
at.
I know.
Same guy.
Oh,
Some bullshit.
There,
That's not good
right
enough.
over to the right of
You
you.
apologize
It's
to
just
me.
one
I am
fire.
sorry. I'm sick right now, literally.
Okay. Well, then I guess you had no choice but to totally be on leash on me about
Oh,
nothing.
damn it.
I'm sorry, Leah. I will work on that.
He's probably gonna BM me. Yeah, he's about to. What is he doing?
Yeah, I got a lot going on. I'm sorry.
Everybody we know has a lot going on. It does not excuse the behavior.
Yeah, no, he's
No,
talking
okay,
about
Leah, we could say
it
the same
because
for
he's
you and
not.
everybody else who has behavior issues. Really? We're not going to talk to me like a 2-year-old. I understand. I get it. And I
don't
need to
have
work
deal
on
with
it. I
those
apologize.
people's behavior issues affecting me personally on a
Oh.
daily fucking basis.
On a daily basis, huh?
Anyway, I've said enough.
Oh, so we're done even talking to each other now?
Let me know what else you want to bitch at me about for no reason.
I wasn't really bitching at you.
Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't.
Newsflash. Learn how to listen to yourself and the way you talk to.
I already replayed it. It was gay. I get it.
Pretty pathetic, actually.
I know that it was. So, can we move past it or not? Well, I sent an email to him that did not go through, and I told him that it wasn't going to be a good fit in either direction, and either for the board or for the coaching, because I had a lot going on, and I personally and in business, and I will be working a lot more, and it will be unpredictable
Well, I
hours, and
have
so
to
I
go in
left
a
it at
few
that, but
minutes,
it
so
never
I
went
can
through.
still watch you
But
play. I'll tell.
Well, but the funny part is he hasn't even reached out to me
Well, I have to go
ever
in a
since
few
that
minutes,
one
so I
meeting
can
that he talked about that I told him I
tell
couldn't
you when I'm
make.
ready. Okay.
Okay. Well,
And so if he didn't get the
That's my
email,
cousin, by the way.
what prompted him to not even connect with me?
Alright, I'm gonna go do the tourney.
that you've already had, say
Okay.
for sure
Later.
coming in.
See.
Understandable, but there wasn't anything past that. I have not received an email or a phone call from him. So, I don't know. I don't even know his number because I got a new phone, so.
Well, he sent me his number if I'd like to call him to discuss the board. Do you want to call him quick?
Yeah, I'd love to.
You ready for his number?
I'd love it.
715
One second.
222
Yeah?
1686.
Never mind.
If you decide that I am allowed to volunteer coordinate to save $400, I'll do it.
Hey. So, I was. Oh, no, not much. I was going back through my email because I know that I had formulated an email that I had. Did you get one from me? Okay, so I did get an email. And now I thought that it sent because Ethan came home and said, you're on the roster as a head coach. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, and I told them guy, and I sent it to you. All right, what it was supposed to go to you, and it was under the content of it was basically referencing well, I have a lot going on personally. I don't know how that's going to look, but if I can decline to do both positions this year, both as a board member and as any form of coach, due to a lot going on personally and in business, which I will, with unpredictable hours and unforeseen things, I think it would be best for all parties, blah, blah, blah. Well, I just noticed that it was in draft. It never sent. And I'm thinking, God, I haven't even heard from Josh. Yeah. The head coach part? But what about the board? I haven't heard anything further from you, or was I supposed to, or what, I guess. Oh, so I did tell you already. Okay, good. Okay, so then at least you knew. Okay. Well,
Okay,
I'm
got to
thinking,
go, Bay. I love you,
man,
Bay.
did I really mess up? Like, did I just, I mean, that could have happened. I wouldn't put it, but, yeah. Sure. Well, a lot has changed since then, so I'd be willing to do it if you need. I can certainly do that, but to do both boys, I can't do both right now. So I apparently I'm on the roster. Ethan said. Okay. I just didn't want anybody to expect, me to. I just, I probably, but I'm not this year, Only because I'm going to be working a lot more, man. I'm putting in a lot of hours right now, and I don't know what that's going to look like here. So, but I could at least do the coordinating if you'd like. I can certainly fill that position.
We could tag team it.
We'll
I
tag
can
team
help
it.
too. We could both help with it.
Sure.
Ethan never meant I could still watch you play, but I'll tell you.
What do you mean? Talk about it? What does that mean? You mean get to understand the position?
Okay.
Oh, well, what is it?
What?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. So you're okay, and then it's meeting once a month, right? To do that. Hmm. Oh, all of us got to be there. Okay. What? Right. Sure. Well,
Be right
that's
back.
not huge. Now, you had mentioned both boys getting in for free. Is that true, or is it just one?
If you're
Wow. So
coming?
we'd get reimbursed, or what?
Sorry.
Wow. Yeah. Yep.
Well, it's $440 that I'm gonna use for Christmas.
No, wait, this is attorney. Oh, let's go.
Right, but what about for the fee that we already paid? Does that
Tell
get
them I paid
reimbursed
the
too?
registrable.
Oh, wow. So, but then obviously if we do our fulfill our obligation, then the check gets ripped up too. So then it's 100% free across the board. Right. Do you guys ever really do cashless checks at all, ever? Yeah, it's such a threat. I know. I know. Oh, shit.
Sorry for this.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, God, I even did that one year, and I still don't think they ever cash that check. I always wondered. I'm like, I don't think anybody ever cashes these things, you know. Yeah.
No. No, we're gonna drop.
Right.
No.
Right.
You can get hurt.
Well, that is true. What could you do it for house, right? We write the checks out for that. Like, what do you do for? Well, we're not on the traveling. Oh, right. So we don't even have checks that we wrote out for anything else for us. Yeah, because there isn't much you could volunteer for. But then again, I had to get parents, to run the clock and
Oh,
take
God,
the
I forgot
staff
about
and
it.
stuff, do the walking and stuff. But there's always a couple parents I think that really love to do that and they'll step up and make it happen. I guess it's the way I saw last year, but. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I suppose there wouldn't be much volunteering there, but we'd be willing to do it. We could tag team too. I mean, is that an option, or is it just, what does that look like? Okay. I mean, not. I'm not talking sexual, Josh. I'm talking professionally here still. So stay on board with me. Yeah, no swinging, none of that. She's still not into it. There's nothing I can do, So, but back to our professional conversation. Oh shit. But I mean, yeah. So on paper, where there's one, but off charts, yeah, we could that way. I suppose is what you're saying, right? Okay. Well, yeah. However you want to do it.
Wait a minute.
I don't care. So yeah, well, I was gonna call you back too. I'm like, maybe this is a blessing. I just need to take this time and really, I've been working side jobs and this and that. I've been doing so much that, and I got to really ramp up on my primary position with Neva. That so I don't know what those hours are gonna look like, but they're gonna look like a lot, And so I just figured, this year I'll take a break and as a blessing and work on the things that I need to work on and get a lot of things done. But at the same time, you guys need somebody, you know, really that position seems to be pretty, I don't know,
I'm scared,
not
man.
much.
I'm really
you know,
scared.
but honestly, I'm sure.
I don't know what I'm looking at right now.
Right.
Dude!
I suppose, and it's all for the traveling side of things, right? The travel table. Okay. Well, assistant. Oh, wow, cool. Oh, for their registration fee in place of that. Okay. So we need to hold them accountable and make sure they're putting it right. Okay. Well, I'm good at that. I mean, I'm good at telling people what to do and reminding them and letting them know when they're not doing it. And, you know, so you probably get some. I think everybody will volunteer. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I think you know. So yeah, no, if we can both do it versus just one, you know, that would even be easier yet and better for all of you guys. So I don't know. Just let me know.
No!
Sure.
Guys, it's time to come and eat.
Alright!
Sure. Sure. I can do that. Okay.
1 second.
During the tryouts. Okay. Sure. I can do that. Not a problem. I will certainly do that, my friend. Well, how's everything else going in life? You just working your tail off, or what? Really? At work?
What are we even eating, Mom?
Ugh. Why?
Why do I smell pizza?
Because it's not pizza.
Yeah, that's not good if he's going to carry that kind of behavior into the professional realm, because he's going to get his ass handed to him, and eventually a reputation that nobody's going to like on a resume, you know? I mean, Jesus, dude, don't screw up your future over that bullshit. That's not the way you conduct business. That's nuts.
Awesome, what is it?
Yeah. Yeah, that is a cop-out. Yeah, no shit. Eventually, because eventually we're gonna talk. You know what I mean? This isn't just gonna go away 100%. We know each other. We're like family and shit. Like, duh. You know? Oh my god. Wow. Wow, man. So obviously you're left with a shit show. Damn. Damn, man. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. And then on top of that, now you're doing this shit still, you know? So, damn. I don't think my life is bad, so I think you're doing okay. I'm doing okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Jesus, how's your wife doing? How are the kids doing? Good. That's good. Huh? I know, isn't that nuts? That's funny. What are you guys talking before you and Chloe?
What? We don't talk nightly.
Apparently.
This weekend we just went on house party and talked.
Exactly, your FaceTime.
Yeah, on house party.
On house party? Okay. I don't know. You keep keep an eye on you kiddos. Are you guys dating? Ethan?
No.
He said no. He did the same thing. That's funny. That's awesome. Oh boy, if they ended up together and we're walking them down the aisle. Holy shit. Look at your grandparents. That's what I'd look at the kids that they made, you know? Like, holy shit. Well, on both sides of the fence. You're screwed, kid. Oh, shit. That is amazing, I tell you. No, it's, yeah, and I ran into Numbnuts. What's his name? I was doing some concrete work for my old landlord, you know. God, what a shit show that was. Who does a concrete sidewalk and step for 4 weeks? Takes 1 day, typically, less than a day. This guy. Oh, I have reasons and excuses, you know, I could be here all night, but, yeah, I mean, yeah, I could have done something about it.
You know, get away.
Changed it up, or I even had an opportunity to fix it and correct it early on before it got bad, but, you know, ultimately it was, you know, her fault, you know, the lady, you know. But anyway, so, you know, I just kept correcting over, I don't know, it was a shit show. The sidewalk looked great, we were fixing the stoop. I was doing that patchwork, redoing it all. And I ended up, you know, I wanted to bring it all up to code, you know, because it all had sunk in and it was you know, potentially water going back into the structure, because even the stoop was running the wrong way. It was running down into the house, you know, and it had sunk in. So I was bringing everything up to code because we're selling it. In fact, it's sold now. And so I redid the sidewalk, where I started with the stoop, and I poured about, you know, maybe 3 square feet, you know, a big enough square, but it was just to show them what it looked like one night. And I brought it up, you know, 3 inches, and well, and then a few days went by, because I was really doing it for free for him. I was doing it for free, 100% free. And so then, you know, they're like, hey, you know, to get over here, so I'm like, why don't we do that sidewalk? So when I was doing the sidewalk, she goes, let's just skim it. She's like, I don't want to pay that much for this stuff. And I'm like, you sure? And she talked me into it, so I skimmed the whole sidewalk. Well, I didn't bring that up to code. And so that kind of screwed me up on some inches there, you know. Now that step is going to be bigger if I do this, but I'm like, well, I have to do it, you know. I already poured that corner. And then she's like, no, screw it, just skim it. As I'm in the middle of it, you know, just getting started and then pouring some. So I quickly skimmed it, and I'm messing around with it. And I'll get this big fucking lump in the right-hand corner of the stoop. And she wants me to just skim it, meaning 1/8 of an inch across. You know, the whole stoop, this big front porch, you know. Well, now you can see this hump. So I kept going back, trying to correct it. Well, dude, in the end, she ended up paying more material, you know. But hours and hours for me. Well, while I'm over there, Numbnuts thinks I'm on meth, right? Because he's on meth. I guess. I don't know. Because there was an isolated incident that I went out and did cocaine one night. We won't talk about that, but whatever. And that was during the time me and Leah were, you know, all this crap that was going on. Well, he heard about it, I think. Or he did hear about it, you know. You know, I had lost some weight. I absolutely, who else would I be talking about? My God. You know, so I'm working one day, and the first day he comes over. This is the first time, dude. I haven't even, you know, he's staying at Emily's.
No, he's staying
Dude,
at the. Oh,
he is living literally next door to Kim. Then I talked to Kim, because Kim came over and talked to me. God bless her heart. And she's like, it's so hard, Mike. I don't, you know. And I'm like, I can't believe he did that, man. He's living with the weirdo. Yeah, he's buddy, you know, he's screwing her now. So yes, the whole time he lived there, he talked shit.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know exactly. He talked shit about her the whole time he lived there, and he shacked up with her, you know. And I'm like, oh, how gross. So Kathy, you know, what a sweetheart. We've all loved her, you know. She kept coming over my ear over there. I said, well, you
Don't want to talk about it.
you know,
Gotta go
I
eat
hate
this
saying
back.
this. It's your daughter. She's like, you can say it. I'm like, 2 weirdos living there. And she's like, I know. And so, but she would come over all the time and feed me and stuff. I mean, she would have, God bless her heart. But so the first time he came over, I'm sitting in my car working, okay, and it's raining and stuff. So I'm like talking to a client or something, you know, and doing something on my computer in my car in the driveway. he comes walking over, gets in the car and hands me a drink, you know, liquor, whatever. I'm like, okay, thank you, and I ended everything. And he's kind of acting different. He was like trying to ask me something, but I honestly didn't know what the hell he was going to ask me. Like it was, so I had no idea. And then he finally said, he's like, in kind of code words, and I'm like, what are you asking, dude? I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, because he just kept kind of asking me weird shit. I had no idea what he was talking about. Finally, he says, you got a bulb or something? I'm like, a bulb? I'm like, what do you mean a bulb? I said, Jeremy, why are you being weird, man? I said, get to the point. I said, I don't know what a bulb is, you know. And then he finally said it. And I said, why would I have that? He said, come on, man, let me hit it. And I said, why would I have that, Jeremy? I said, please tell me you're kidding. And then he kind of acted like he was kidding, and then he went right back into it again. And then I got out of the car and I went up, and because it kind of stopped raining, and I was trying to get away from him.
Yep.
And he followed me up to the front porch, and I'm trying to get him back to normal, because I think he's probably using, you know, and that's just because his mind's all messed up. So I'm trying to like get him off the conversation by talking normal things, and then he followed me into the house when I got, you know, unlocked it and got in, and I finally in there I said, listen, I said, you keep talking about this stuff. I said, I mean, if you're serious, I said, which clearly you must think that I do. I said, well, I don't, and I'm being serious. And he looked at me and he says, come on, you don't have to hide it from me. I can teach you about the whole process. And I said, the process of doing drugs? I said, trust me, man, I don't need to learn from you. I said, I already know how to do it. It's pretty fucking easy, dude. You're not like the teacher of all. I said, and it's gross and stupid, and you should stop doing it, you know. Oh, I don't do it, he says. And then he left it at that. I'm like, whatever. So then another day, right? Well, then I seen him another day, and he seemed to be fine. And I said, well, good luck at your concert. He was going to the concert with JJ or Emily or something. I don't know. Seemed to be somewhat normal that day. Then one day he comes over, and I'm stressed out to the max, man, right? Because things aren't all the greatest at home yet. I'm still not there, right? So I'm dealing with that on a personal level. And, you know, what else? I don't know, stuff with, you know, work, and now I'm dealing with this crap, and I'm frustrated also heavily that I'm still doing this shit, you know? Like, I should never be here. This is like the 19th day in a row, you know? This is bullshit. I wonder what everybody thinks of me. Like, this guy will never hire for concrete, you know? I wouldn't hire me. So, you know, and he comes over, and I forget what he said. He said something, stop doing it, you know? He yells it. Dude, I grabbed him, and I threw him down onto the concrete. He hit his head. And I told him, I said, you're fucking crazy. I said, I don't want to know you. I said, get the fuck away from me. I said, I don't ever want to talk to you again. And he fucking walks off and goes, I love you. I just love you. And he started, I swear to God, he was crying. Dude, he's nuts. There's something wrong with his head.
Stop!
Like, literally. And I was hoping that I knocked it hard enough that maybe it went to normal, but I don't know. Yeah, right? Back some sense into him. Dude, he was just weird. And I was already pissed. What? You did. I think, unless there was more. Yeah, when he was blaming you for trying to kill him and all that shit. Yeah, which you would have heard on the news. Right. And he would have died too. Yeah. And hit by a motorcyclist also traveling that fast? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Not to mention he'd be in jail, but yeah.
I back.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, you can't tell the difference between a dream and reality. That you're absolutely messed up. And you know, to be honest with you, I'm not saying he ain't fucked up from normal stuff too, but I don't know, man. When he comes over because he heard something and thinks that I'm doing that, first of all, you have the balls to do that. I would never do that. I would never walk up to somebody and be like, that ballsy, you know, on the sheer chance that I'm doing something like that. Because that's all it was. You were assuming and chancing by all hell in hopes that Mike is doing drugs. Yeah, yeah. Just so you can, right, to get it yourself, right. But that's a big chance here. First of all, I'm best friends with the narcotics officer in town. And he already knows that. So when he came over, he asked me first. Before he yelled it, he asked me, and I think maybe I provoked him, and I said, I don't have any, Jeremy. And he said it, he's like, oh, can you give me your, do you have, he said, but you know the way to get it. And I said, yeah, I do. I said, you want me to give him his number to you? He said, sure. I said, his name is Kevin. And he knew what that was, I think, you know. And he smiled big, and then I just turned around, and I didn't say it nicely to him either. Like, shut the fuck up and walk away, you know. Because I'm literally already mad, and I didn't even want you to know that I was here, but I can't hide it because you're staring at me like Emily. Because now that you both do it, you know. And so, and then he yelled it. I mean, just yelled it, man, for the whole world to hear. And I'm like, what the, like, almost making me look bad. Now I wonder if that's what provoked him when I did it that way. I probably did provoke him. I'd say that, you know, it was like turning him in, you know. He probably got all fucking weirded out by that. I never even thought of that, so, oh well. I don't care, but the point is he's a fucktard, man. I had my own little run-in recently, and he's not any better, so, you know. Yeah, good. You know, he ain't any better. I mean, for him to do that, he hasn't seen me in a year or so. I mean, I haven't, you know what I mean? Like, same thing, and no, I didn't go over there to even say hi to him, you know? In fact, it was weird because Kim came over to say hi to me first. With him sitting out in the driveway with Emily. And I looked at him because Jamie, the owner there, said, yeah, this is fucked up, but he's living there over there. I think you even told me at one point that he was, and so I knew one way or the other, and Kim's there, and I asked her, I was like, how was that? She's like, Mike, it's the hardest thing on the planet. And I'm like, well, convenient for him, you know, or the kids, they just got to walk back and forth. Well, all right, Mom, I'm going to go ahead and walk to Dad's, see you Sunday, you know, I mean, how the fuck, but I don't know, it's just weird. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta be kidding me. You know, to be honest with you, as bad as it is, you know, because Kim can't control him and what he does. She can only control herself. She may have to move. You know, I mean, I would. I don't, you know, I mean, dude, he's fucking weird, man. You know? She had no choice, you know, and then finally we did get into it, me and him got in a discussion with it, because, you know, I'd asked him, you know, I kind of played that part too, and I said, don't you think it's kind of hard for her? I said, how is it for you? And of course, you know, he played the, you know, it's not that hard, just gotta get over it, blah, blah. Where was I going with this? So I told him, I don't know, something about, well, first of all, Emily, she doesn't even talk to him anymore, right? The young one, or whatever her name is, yeah. So, like, it's just JJ or whatever, or not JJ, well, that's his other kid, but, Paul, yeah. Yeah, well, he's just, I don't know, dude, he has no plans on, going anywhere. I mean, I even, you know, and Emily's his hero, apparently. She saved him because he was homeless in a truck. And, you know, oh, he did? Oh my God. He said he was staying in his truck this whole time, and it was cold. What a liar. Well, I'm sure Emily doesn't even know that. He probably told Emily, you know? But she was his hero. She saved him, is what he said. So he pulled up one day, and she came over, and she saw him standing out there or something, and she said, why don't you stay here? And then, apparently for something. Yeah, I never asked him why. Yeah, it was something strange like that. But yeah, exactly. And then like, oh, and then you guys just started sleeping with each other. He's like, yeah. I said, I bet you didn't take long either. He said, well, you know. I said, same night. He says, yeah, pretty much that night. And I'm like, oh, keep her. Good deal. I think they were sleeping. Yeah, exactly. And Kim said that too. She's like, I thought they were sleeping together before. She said he was cheating on me. He was doing, taking doors off the.
Yo, what's
Took
up?
all the fucking doors off the house and shit, and just the shit. Yeah. Would put like tracking devices in her cars and like, fuck, dude. Holy shit. Oh, oh God, I know exactly, dude. I know. Does she wonder that? I always wondered that, too. God. No, it is being in like exactly what it is. Well, dude, because he. Well, and you know what? Exactly. He gave her no choice but to divorce him. I mean, you do not let up. You are the most unpredictable psychopath of the earth and the planet, man. And, you know, maybe he's got the brain injury and all that, and that's true. But, dude, you got some balls, man, you know? And to be honest with you, the way he came over that first time was, I told him that too. I said, Jeremy, you had, the day he was good, I said, you kind of had some balls there. And he kind of smiled. He said, well, you know, I figured I'd just ask. He said, I do it every once in a while. He says, I control it, you know. And I said, well, how's Emily with it, you know? And he goes, well, she's fine as long as I don't go too far with it. And I'm like, okay. So he admitted it to me that he's, you know, I don't believe that actually, Emily probably does it. Actually. Oh, yeah, guaranteed. I actually always wondered. She's kind of strange, you know, like him. They're actually a great fit. A perfect pair. Literally, you couldn't have done better. I think they're a great fit. So he is right. It's a blessing for him, because who the fuck else is going to want her, you know, and vice versa. So, honestly, it was a great team. I mean, it couldn't have worked out better. And the only downfall is you know, it's in Kim's face, you know. But at the same time, Kim can keep an eye on the kid a little more, too, because, you know, want a real quick, and she can also monitor it and document it a lot easier, too, for anything, you know, she needs to do it for, like, courts or whatever, you know. I mean, she's fucking right next door. It'd be hard to convince the judge that she didn't see it, you know. So, I don't know. Yeah, it's gotta suck. What a weird dynamic over there. I'm telling you, you should hear what. Right? Me too, dude. And of course, you know, so obviously I knew. Now, Kara, the person who bought Sean and Jess's old house, I did their mortgage, right? So I know who they are. And I knew that they had been watching that house and they were going to get busted for doing, you know, selling drugs and shit. And, meth, in fact. And she knew that I knew that Kevin, you know, the SWAT guy and all that. And fuck, I knew when it was going to happen, and then I knew when it happened, you know. And fucking me and Kevin were together, like, that same day, I think. He's like, dude, fucking, I had all these homes to fucking do. Everyone got hit at 6:30 sharp, and he told me the whole, like, oh, Kara's great, you know. And so I'm pretty sure Kara was blaming me for it. But, dude, so Jeremy had one. Then Kathy's house, because of her son, there was stupid information on that. Then freaking Kara's house. And then, literally, while me and Tiffany, you know, the owner of the ball now, we're sitting outside one afternoon, and fucking the whole SWAT team pulls up. Kevin wasn't there, but it was like the county guys, feds, or whatever. Fucking Tony, you remember Tony? So his brother, apparently is dating Kara. He's over there fixing his car in the driveway. They all show up and arrest him. They just swarm in. I literally looked at Tiffany. I'm like, dude, I am so fucking glad I'm out of this neighborhood. She's like, oh my God. She's like, that's scary. And I'm like, dude, this happened left and right. I said, that house. And I said, now this house. I said, the street's fucking just horrible, you know? Dude, it's left and right. And if you got the SWAT there, most likely, I mean, they're not there for good things. So, dude, you got to be dealing and some I mean, even for Jeremy, dude, they weren't. Just because you're using drugs, the SWAT team doesn't waste their time to come in and. You know how much money that is, and how much time and embarrassment too that they have to walk away from when they just got somebody on a little bit. You know, they're gonna walk away for treatment. They're not gonna go to jail. So. They're not, and obviously they're not ever there for the buyers. They want the big dogs, because if they cut the ties with the, you know, if they can cut the connections off, they'll save addicts' lives, right? And the people that are the ones, you know, the dealers are the ones capitalizing on destroying people's lives, and so that's the main. I mean, it carries so much weight. I mean, it's the whole 9 yards. So they do their research, man. They just freaking, you know, go in and. Sure, they make mistakes, I'm sure, they're people, but I always wondered, I never did, you know, Kevin just told me, you know, at first, because obviously we didn't even know Jeremy, who he was, we hadn't met him yet, and, you know, that had all happened. And he just told me that, you know, we didn't find much, but, you know, he's nothing to worry about. He's just, you know, he said he's going in for treatment, and he just left it at that. He probably said, he did say, yeah, I probably wouldn't let your kids over there, so that's why I didn't for a while, you know, and I figured out why later, but I always wondered, like, what, I mean, I don't know, like, there had to have been something going on. They just didn't get them on, but
Yeah.
you think so? I wonder. Yeah. Well, apparently, and the Kevin could be lying.
Feels bad.
Yeah, I know, didn't he?
Yeah, as long as we can tie it all together so that, you know, like, essentially, like, the only reason we're really
I swear to God, if I die,
I know.
I'm still gonna point.
I questioned almost everything that came out of his mouth, you know.
the underwriter looks at.
I mean, it just didn't make sense, a lot of the things he said, but you know what? I mean, he obviously was doing something, because they don't just show up because somebody's a meth head. You know what I mean? They don't show up because somebody does pot, you know, they don't. They just don't. I mean, they want to have, you know, dealers, you know, or big connections and stuff like that. Like, they gotta go in there and find shit, period, you know, and I agree. Like, otherwise, it's a waste of money. You know, it's like 4 to 6 and probably even more now. Every year, it costs them, you know.
Well, guys,
That's a lot of
I didn't get much
wasted time and
points
stuff.
and
So
all
I know
that,
for
but I've
sure,
been
and I'm
streaming
telling you
for a
for sure,
while.
like, they have to have.
Thank you guys for
There's
watching.
more to the
I
story.
hope
It
you
has to
guys
be,
have
and
an
I always
awesome
wondered
day,
that,
night,
like,
evening. I don't
At
know.
first, I'm like, because Kevin just said, you don't know, you
but
didn't
yeah.
say much about it other than what I
I'm
told
just
you, so I didn't think any more
or
about it. But
anything.
as time
I
went
need
on,
to
I
start
always
saying